The rain fell like liquid metal on the grimy streets of Kepler Station, each drop reflecting the neon advertisements that promised everything from synthetic dreams to illegal genetic modifications. Marcus Chen pulled his worn jacket tighter as he navigated through the maze of shipping containers that served as makeshift homes for the station's forgotten inhabitants. He was just another face in the crowd, a human cargo handler scraping by on the outer rim of civilized space. The pay was terrible, the work backbreaking, and the xenophobic attitudes of the station's alien administration made life even harder for his kind. But Marcus had learned long ago that complaining wouldn't change anything. Humans were considered a minor species here, barely worth acknowledging. That's when he heard the commotion. 3 Vorthak enforcers, massive insectoid creatures with razor-sharp mandibles, had cornered someone in a narrow alley between 2 cargo units. Their chittering laughter echoed off the metal walls as they circled their prey like predators toying with wounded game. "Please," came a voice, barely audible above the rain. "I just need passage off station." Marcus should have kept walking. Getting involved with Vorthak enforcers was a death sentence for someone like him. But something in that voice, the quiet dignity beneath the desperation, made him stop. He peered around the corner and saw her, a young woman, human, with dark hair plastered to her face by the rain. Her clothes were expensive once, but now they were torn and muddy. She clutched a small data pad to her chest like it contained her life. "Human scum," one of the Vorthaks hissed in accented standard. "You think you can steal from Lord Zyklon and simply leave?" "I didn't steal anything," she protested. "Those were legitimate business records." The largest Vorthak raised one of its 4 arms, claws gleaming. "Lying will only make your death slower." Marcus felt his heart pounding. Every rational thought screamed at him to walk away. But his grandfather's voice echoed in his memory. "Sometimes, boy, you gotta stand up even when you're scared. Especially when you're scared." He picked up a piece of discarded metal piping and stepped into the alley. "Hey," he called out, trying to keep his voice steady. 3 against 1? That doesn't seem very sporting." The Vorthaks turned, their compound, eyes glittering with amusement. "Another human insect," the leader buzzed. "How convenient. We can dispose of both of you together." Marcus hefted the pipe, knowing it was useless against their natural armor. "Lady, when I say run, you run. Got it?" She looked at him with eyes that seemed far older than her face suggested. "You don't understand. They'll kill you." "Maybe," Marcus said, stepping forward. "But I've got a feeling I'm tougher than I look." What happened next defied everything the galaxy believed about human limitations. As the first Vorthak lunged, Marcus moved with a speed and precision that came from years of handling heavy cargo in low gravity. He rolled under the creature's swipe, came up behind it, and drove the pipe into the joint where its exoskeleton was weakest. The enforcer shrieked and stumbled. The second one charged, but Marcus was already moving, using the narrow space and his smaller size to his advantage. He fought with a ferocity that surprised even himself, each strike calculated, each movement efficient. When the third Vorthak hesitated, something that never happened when facing humans, Marcus saw his chance. "Run!" he shouted. The woman didn't argue this time. She sprinted toward the main thoroughfare while Marcus held the alley, bloodied but still standing over 2 unconscious Vorthaks. The third one retreated, chattering something about reporting. This to higher authorities. Marcus found her waiting for him at a small cafe on the lower level, a cup of coffee growing cold in her hands. She'd cleaned up, and he could see now that she was beautiful in a way that made him suddenly aware of his own shabby appearance. "Thank you," she said simply. "I'm Arya." "Marcus," he replied, sliding into the opposite seat. "And you're welcome. But you should know, helping you probably just made my life a lot more complicated." She smiled and something flickered in her eyes. More than you know. Tell me, Marcus, what do you know about Meridian Industries? The biggest corporation in the galaxy? Not much. Why would someone like me need to know about them? Someone like you, she repeated softly. You saved me without knowing who I was, without expecting anything in return. Do you know how rare that is out here? Marcus shrugged. My grandfather always said you help people because it's right, not because of what you might get out of it. Arya reached into her jacket and pulled out a small device, a personal communicator of a design Marcus had never seen before. She spoke quietly into it. This is Meridian Alpha 1. I need immediate extraction from Kepler Station, and I want a full security detail assigned to Marcus Chen, cargo handler, registration 7749. Marcus stared at her. Meridian Alpha 1? Arya. Meridian, she said, extending her hand properly for the first time. CEO and majority shareholder of Meridian Industries, the richest and most powerful woman in the galaxy, according to the financial reports. The words didn't compute at first. But they were going to kill me, yes. Corporate espionage is a messy business, even at the highest levels, especially when you're trying to expose corruption in your own company. She leaned forward. Marcus, in the last 10 years I've been protected by the best security forces, money can buy, courted by princes and presidents, and surrounded by people who would do anything for a fraction of my wealth. But you're the first person who helped me simply because it was the right thing to do. A sleek transport ship was already descending toward the station's docking bay, its Meridian Industries logo gleaming in the artificial light. What happens? Now? Marcus asked. Arya stood up, suddenly looking every inch the powerful executive she was. Now! Now you get to make a choice. You can go back to your cargo handling job, and I'll make sure you're never bothered by Vorthak enforcers again. Or... She paused, studying his face. You can come work for me. Not because of what you might gain, but because I need people around me who understand what you showed me today. Marcus looked at the transport ship, then back at the woman he'd risked his life for. What exactly did I show you? That humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our weapons, Arya said. It's that we'll stand up for strangers even when we're afraid, even when we have nothing to gain. The galaxy needs more of that, Marcus. I need more of that. As they walked toward the transport, Marcus realized that his grandfather had been right about more than just helping people. Sometimes, when you do the right thing, the universe has a way of rewarding you in ways you never expected. Behind them, Kepler Station continued its gritty existence, unaware that one small act of human decency had just changed the balance of power in the galaxy.